Hold on. What you hold that? Go ahead.
Come on, this is the book of Revelations, chapter 2.
No, hold that. Get that. Okay. You got Revelations? No. Go ahead, give me Revelations.
Is it 21:5, right?
21:5.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 21, verse 5.
Right?
And he that sat upon the throne said,
21 and 3. 21 and 3.
Got it.
this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 3. And I held a great voice out of heaven saying,
That ain't right, I know I'm tripping.
What you looking for? You to my way, sit down, and he said unto me,
Block
it
my
is done.
back.
No, that's that's not 20.
Go ahead.
First, it's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, and verse 9.
Right?
But ye are a chosen generation.
We are what?
A chosen generation.
A what?
A chosen generation. A royal priesthood.
A what?
A royal priesthood.
We are royal priesthood, a chosen generation. Right? Go ahead.
A holy nation.
And we are holy nation. Holy means separate. Even in your worst condition, you separate. The white man don't want to be with you. You still separate. The Most High made sure you was holy no matter what. Whether you oppressed or not, he still separated you from the other nations. That's why they got a movie called White Man Can't Jump. I say that all the time. They got a movie called White Man Can't Jump. That's why they got a series called Planet of the Apes. And you the apes. You know why? Because this is your kingdom. This is your kingdom. That's why they keep talking about the apes going to take over the kingdom. The apes going to take the kingdom. They can call us apes all they want. Because we're going to go monkey on their ass when we take this kingdom.
Right.
Go ahead.
A holy nation.
A what?
A holy nation.
And we separate. We a holy nation. Because guess what? Who could do anything better than us blacks and Hispanics?
Right.
In our worst estate. Go ahead.
A peculiar people.
Peculiar people means special. Extraordinary, not regular. That's what peculiar means. That's why niggas can jump from half court and dunk a basketball. That's why we invent everything. That's why y'all come and see us in the arenas, in the shows and all of that. That's why our music is the best music. That's why the black man and the black woman can make you drop a tear with one little note.
Right.
That's why we sing the blues so heavy. That's why we created the music industry. We created your entertainment industry. Actually, we created everything. Your education and everything. Your education is derived off of ours with lies to it. You wouldn't even have an educational system if you wouldn't have built it off of ours. Go ahead.
A peculiar people. That ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
So we showing the praise of the Most High. We showing praise of the Heavenly Father who called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. That's why Mr. Elam's so amazed right now, because he never seen niggas this smart. He never seen niggas raised up like that. He's so used to selling out kids Lucy cigarettes and everything in the gas station. He say, what them niggas doing that smart? Go ahead.
Which in time past.
Read that back over again, King, because that was prime example what we just, with that scripture just said.
Come.
We showing the praise. We showing forth the praise of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
That ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
And this is the marvelous light. When you got the heathen walking past you and they dumbfounded, this is the marvelous light. When them bastards got to walk past and say you teaching hate or they smile, this is the marvelous light. Because that's an emotional reaction. And guess what? These other nations, if we wasn't nothing, they wouldn't say nothing. They wouldn't be on the comment board. They wouldn't pay us no attention. Let them niggas ride away. Let them niggas finish riding away. Let them keep teaching and living off of them lies. We got them caught up in some more lies. These niggas think they Israel. Well, if we wasn't Israel, you wouldn't be in a panic. If we wasn't the real Jews, you wouldn't be trying to debunk what we saying. If we wasn't the real Jews, go ahead.
Which in time past were not a people.
And we wasn't, which in time past was what?
Were not a people. But are now the people of God.
But now are what?
The people of God.
And that's Hosea 4:1. Matter of fact, 1 and 10. Sloppy. What you got, Bayana?
Ezekiel 34. Ezekiel 34. 31.
31. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bayana. Let Bayana.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, and verse 31. It says, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men.
What?
And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men.
So men run this nation. No matter what nobody feel or got to say, the men run this nation. You know what I'm saying? The men run this nation. And guess what? We ain't going nowhere without our women. We ain't going nowhere without our women. And guess what, sisters? You ain't going nowhere definitely without us. You ain't going nowhere without us leading you there. So these women always say, well, you brothers can't get it. What you need to do, you need to pipe down and be re-instructed by your brothers. That's what needs to happen.
That's right.
We're in the home, our women need to pipe down and be, especially if your man got getting himself in order. Rock with that man. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest character builder for that man. When our women with us 100% up, you know, we go conquer everything. We go conquer everything. That's like when we used to go out to war, it used to be our women pepping us up and preparing us to go to war. That's why we used to go slaughter everybody. You see what I'm saying? That's right, huh? Taking our customs, right? That's right. Taking our customs. So, anybody got something to bring out? You want to rock and roll out? So I'm brother Yaqataz. I'm gonna let my brother Meanest out do his thing. Shalom.
Let me do Deuteronomy 30 and 19. Which one? Let me do Deuteronomy 30 and 19. What my brother was saying was so important. There's some things we gotta start learning. Some things we have to start doing, and we gotta start it today. Today is the day. Read that out.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19.
Read that.
Con, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
We call heaven and earth to record this day against you. Read.
That I have set before you life and death.
Life and death. Everybody that walks by us, that walks by this line, is marked. You can either stop, listen and learn, or you can keep walking. But it don't matter because you're marked. Give me Ecclesiastes 52:10. Yeah, so right. Go ahead, read.
That I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Blessings and cursings. That's that mark. You can either stay and listen, or you can walk by. So, Salaki, you got a question?
Yes, sir. I got a sister. I got HIV. Came home.
What's your nationality, man?
My nationality?
Yeah.
They call me White Mike.
Well, white is a color. What's your nationality?
I'm Cherokee.
Cherokee on your mother or father's side?
On my father's side. They call me White Mike. You know, I grew up down here in Yaqataz, 501.
What was your grandfather?
Grandfather, name,
What was his nationality?
white.
What do you mean by white?
White.
There's no such thing as white.
I know, it's white, German, Indian.
Okay, so that would make you an Edomite, sir.
No, that made me a black man.
No, sir.
But
That would
Cherokee,
make
black man.
no, sir.
No, it ain't.
Sir, if your grandfather that had your father was white, that makes you white. No, can you prove it?
Yeah.
Prove it. You got a Bible?
Yeah.
Prove.
Black, Indian is black. White man got black in him.
Okay, let's read this. Let's go back to this. Read this.
Go ahead.
Therefore, choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
I might know what you're talking about.
Verse 20.
Slack Andrew.
Give it back.
Slack Israel. Slack Israel. Well, you're so rudely interrupted by foolishness. Read that back.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19.
Read.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you,
Heaven and earth to record this day against you, read.
that I have set before you life and death,
Life and death. Read.
blessing and cursing.
Blessing and cursing. Read.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Read that again.
Therefore choose life,
Choose life.
that both thou and thy seed may live.
Choose life so that you and your family and their children and your children's children may live.
Come.
It's recorded before you on this day to do so. You got that, brother? Read that for me.
This is the book of Sirach of the Apocrypha, chapter 51, verse 23.
Right?
Draw nigh unto me,
Draw nigh unto the scriptures. Read.
ye unlearned, and dwell in the house of learning.
All of those who are out here who don't know what we're talking about, who want to come up and ask questions, come up and ask your questions. We want our people to know this. We invite all questions. Don't be afraid. Just because we speak loud, you're supposed to speak loud because we're edifying everybody. Go ahead.
Wherefore are ye slow, and what ye say of things, seeing your souls are very thirsty?
Why are you taking your time to learn this scripture?
Come.
Why are you taking time to come up here and listen?
That's right.
Why are you scoffing? Why are you looking at us turning up your nose? As soon as we say white man, you say, oh, y'all niggas tripping.
Come.
We telling you what the Bible says. Read.
Right.
I opened my mouth and said, buy her for yourselves without money.
Buy her for yourselves without money. What is that? We're talking about the wisdom.
Come.
Buy wisdom without money. Come and learn. Listen. It's okay if you don't agree with us. Everybody don't agree with us. But come, learn, listen. Take what we say, go back home and Google it. We're giving you the truth out of the Bible. This is the Sabbath day.
Right.
First of all, on this day, give me Exodus 28. This is the Sabbath day. Everybody walking up and down here with drinks in their hand, shoes in their hand, tennis shoes. All you Israelites, you're supposed to keep this day holy. You're not supposed to be walking around here buying and selling, sniggling and giggling. That's you and your family. You got that, brother? Come on, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 12.
Read that.
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy power had commanded thee.
What does it mean to sanctify this Sabbath day? It means to consecrate,
Come.
to set it aside. Because that's what the Most High wants you to do.
Teach, y'all.
Read.
6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work.
6 days. 6 days. You can do your work. From Sunday to Friday. The Sabbath day starts Friday at sundown.
Come.
So all of you who who wants to cook, or you want to eat something on a Saturday, cook it Friday night.
Right.
Here's a story, and it's so wild that when I came into the truth, all these things come out. My mother, bless her heart, my mother used to always cook lots of chicken and pork chops on Friday. Some mothers still do that. Some mothers still cook like fish on Friday. And I got used to eating cold chicken on Saturday because my mother said she don't cook on Saturdays. I ain't going in that kitchen on Saturday. So we used to eat cold chicken. And I like cold chicken today because of that. She was
Right.
keeping the commandments and didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. But it's in us. It's already in us to be a holy people, set apart. And she grabbed that doing from my grandmother. You know, I never seen my grandmother's knees. She always wore dresses. I never seen her knees.
Right.
Always seen her ankles. And she did the same thing. When we went down North Carolina to stay with her, she would cook a lot of food Friday night. Because when she got up on Saturday, she ain't cooking nothing. So we would have to go in the refrigerator and get cold pork chops, cold chicken, or if they didn't have that, if they didn't cook, they had Vienna sausages, pottage meat, all that weird foolishness. But they were keeping the Sabbath day and didn't even know it. They were sanctifying the Sabbath day and had no idea they were doing it. Read, brother.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord, thy power.
The seventh day is the Sabbath. That's today. Read.
In it thou shalt do any work. Thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is in the gates, that is in thy gates, and thy manservant, and thy maidservants which shall rest as thou as well.
Come. So this is talking about, this is twofold here. Because it says your daughter, your sons, your wives, your dogs, your cattle, your chandelier, your toilet paper, nothing supposed to work on the Sabbath day. And he had all these things because we were a rich people. You don't have maid service and women's service and man service if you're not rich. We were rich people back then. We had money. We had strangers that came that we kept for ourselves. Even they couldn't work. On the Sabbath day. Read, brother.
And remember that thou was a servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Lord thy power brought thee out thence through a mighty hand.
Through a mighty hand. So this is another gift that the Most High has given us as Israelites. Don't worry about other people running up and down here having sales, going through foolishness on this day. Don't worry about them. They're not your people. Well, our sisters are crazy.
They go
man.
Eve again.
Let me say something. Our sisters are crazy. Let me say something. Go
Just
ahead.
Oh, this devil?
What's that? Gunner. Man, give me that, man.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8.
Right.
Remember the Sabbath day
Remember the Sabbath day. Read.
to keep it holy.
Keep it holy. Keep it separate. Keep it apart from everything else. This is very important to you being a Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
Who are the Hebrew Israelites? Put that sign up.
Flip it over.
Oh, got it. You blacks, you Hispanics, you Native Americans, you Aztecs, you Mayans, you Incas, you are the Hebrew Israelites. You people that come over here in the dispersion on ships, you are the people of the book, the Hebrew Israelites. It is important for you to keep the Sabbath day, to keep it holy, to keep it separate from every other day. can't buy, you can't sell. Let's get an example of our dear brother who didn't play that when it came to the Sabbath day. Give me Nehemiah 13. Not you. Hold that. Give me Nehemiah 13:15. We're gonna get an example of one of our dear brothers, who when it came to the Sabbath day, he didn't play. He ran things like a general supposed to.
Also, I don't walk around.
And he was thorough. Here's another example of how our people didn't play games and they weren't soft. And they didn't wear a toga. And they could stand out in the sun. Unlike Gunnar and Tom and Mallory. You got that, brother? 13 and 15. Hold that. Talking about the Sabbath day. Keep it separate. Keep it holy. Come.
Can't even stand up. Brother who just jumped past the line, they got full ambulance on them.
Oh, man.
Man, this is what we out here for.
Oh, that's the one that was clowning in front of the line.
This is what we out here for him.
Look like you about to have a seizure or something.
And now the Most High, him coming up here scoffing, acting a fool in front of the men of the Lord. Now he's getting his little recompense. You got that, bro?
Slocky King, Dots wanted to bring attention to that.
Come.
Yeah, Nehemiah 13:15.
We're going to show an account of one of our dear brothers, Nehemiah, the mighty Nehemiah.
You have a question?
Do you believe this written here?
Don't talk to him, man.
You're not going to talk to me. Do you believe
Champion
this?
is.
This
This is a
here?
warrior.
Come right
Do
here.
you believe this?
What is this? Speak up. What
Do
are
you
you
believe
talking
what
about?
this is written here?
Read what's written there.
I'm not going to read it. Do you believe what's written there?
Is that our property?
I don't know. Is it your property?
It is our property.
Why have you written this here?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
What you've written here?
Because it's
Are
the
you
truth.
part of that Westboro Baptist Church?
No, we're Hebrew Israelites. We're the
Jesus
real Anglo-Saxons. You know what the Anglo-Saxons is? You know what an Anglo-Saxon is?
You disgust me.
Okay. Well, have a nice day.
White people disgusting.
Hey, listen.
You smell disgusting.
Get some
when
suntan lotion.
Right.
It ain't gonna last for you out
you
here.
smell disgusting in the heat.
Goofy clown. Give me that.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 15.
Watch this.
In those days saw I Judah, some treading wine presses on the Sabbath and bringing in sheaves.
Read that one more time from the top, brother.
In those days
Yep.
saw I in Judah, some treading wine presses on the Sabbath.
So they trotting wine presses on the Sabbath. They making wine on the Sabbath day. Read.
And bringing in sheaves and laying asses, as also wine grapes and figs and all manner of bundles.
So they were bringing in cargo loads of grapes and just doing all kind of wicked work on the Sabbath day. Read.
Which they brought into Jerusalem
Right.
on the Sabbath
They
day.
brought that into the gates. It's the Sabbath day, and they brought that foolishness into the gates. Let's see what happened. Read.
I testified against them
Right?
in the day wherein they sold victuals. Victuals.
So Nehemiah said, hey man, what the hell y'all doing? It's the Sabbath day. You tripping? Read.
There dwelt men in Tyre, also therein.
So listen, Africans was in the gate. You know that pissed Nehemiah off. Not only were they in the gate, they were selling in the gate. Read.
Which brought fish and all manners of ware,
Right.
and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem.
So our people had engaged in this kind of foolishness on the Sabbath day. The Africans were selling them fish that probably had 1 million flies on it and some doo-doo.